What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm bringing you guys a quick mission guide for the Tier 5 final White Lotus mission from Season 2's wipe here in Season 3, known as Extermination. But before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Go ahead and throw an easy goal of 150 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, you should just do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you future videos. Alright, so this mission is going to be 3 parts, and it's taking us to either Al Mazrah or Ashika Island. The choice is actually up to you. I found it easier to do this on Al Mazrah, but it really doesn't actually matter. It's just a little bit easier that the players aren't so close to you when you are on Al Mazrah. So part 1 is asking us to craft a radioactive charge with a nuclear fuel rod, a C4, and an electrical component at any dead drop in Al Mazrah or Ashika Island. So the first thing you're going to want to get a hold of is going to be the nuclear fuel rod. In order to actually get one of these, you're going to want to start a nuclear materials contract. So you're going to want to open up your TAC map, look for the green contract phone that has the nuke symbol on it. You guys will then head over to that, activate it. It will send you to a toolbox. You guys will then grab the Geiger counter from there, which will then allow you to go to the 2 locations where the nuclear material is located. You guys will then go to one of these, open it up, and you guys will get access to the nuclear fuel rod. You guys can then choose to finish out the contract if you'd like, or open up your TAC map and actually cancel it, because at that point you have exactly what you need from that contract. Then the second thing you're going to need is going to be C4. Now you're more than likely going to be able to come across this on Al Mazrah or Ashika Island just by looting around. The best way to go about this is to basically, before you infill, select the C4 as a lethal, go in, and that way once you guys actually spawn in, you will already have the C4 that you need. The last thing you're going to need is going to be electrical components. These are extremely common in computers all around the map, especially on Al Mazrah. I think the computers are a little bit more common, but you can also find these on shelves and toolboxes and just all around the map, especially a little bit more common here in Season 3. So you guys shouldn't have any issues coming across the electrical components. Once you guys have all 3 of these parts, you guys will be prepared to create the radioactive charge. Now, my recommendation before you actually go and do this is the bomb is going to actually be radioactive, so it is going to actually cause damage the entire time you are carrying it. Best way to get around this is to go and find yourself some radiation blockers, which can be commonly found in hospitals or in first aids and are all around the map. So you guys are going to want to get a hold of a couple radiation blockers. That way you guys will be able to carry the bomb safely once you have actually crafted it. So you guys are going to get a hold of those radiation blockers, and then you guys will be prepared to go over to a dead drop and actually craft the radioactive charge. Now, at this point in the missions, you guys should be pretty familiar with the dead drop locations on both maps. I chose to go to the one over in Zarqwa Hydroelectric, so you guys are going to find whichever one is closest to the radiation. You guys will go over to that dead drop. You guys will place the nuclear fuel rod, the C4, and the electrical component all into the dead drop, and it will automatically craft a radioactive charge. Then all you have to do from there is just grab that charge, and part 1 will be complete. Now, part 2 is asking us to plant the charge in the radiation. So now you're going to need to take that radioactive charge, which you're going to be taking damage from at this point. So it is important to pop that radiation blocker, as this will kind of protect you during that time. Now, if you are playing with other players, it is also helpful to them, as they're going to be taking the radiation damage as well, for them to have a separate vehicle to drive in. That way they don't actually have to take a damage as long as you're holding that bomb. Obviously, if they have the radiation blockers, it won't matter, but in order for them to actually stay safe, it is better for them to have their own separate vehicle so they aren't taking the damage the entire way. Now, you guys are going to need to go over to the radiation with this charge. It is a little bit confusing, because you would honestly think that there would be some sort of specific location where this charge is going to need to be, kind of similar to when you planted the bomb over at the embassy. But there is actually no bomb site specifically for this, so you guys are just going to have to go into the radiation. I traveled into the radiation a little bit, and then I actually saw a queue on my screen to plant the bomb or the charge randomly into the radiation. Now, this is where things were a little interesting for me. Now, part 2 asks just for you to plant the bomb specifically, so at the point you actually go and you get the queue to plant it, once you hit the interact button, I think that's when the plant part is actually completed. Then part 3 just asks us to defend the charge until detonation. Now, during the time that I did this, it looked like it was arming the entire time, so I thought the entire time that it was going, that it was actually planting the charge. This is actually not true. It will say it's arming on your screen, and it will continue to show the bar have progress. However, this is the time period in which you will need to just be defending the bomb, because once this bar actually fills up, it will explode. So if you are in the vicinity of it, it will actually take you down. This is exactly what happened to me. I thought it was planting the entire time. I thought I had to continue planting it while someone was defending me, but in turn, it was actually a defend time that I needed to just defend the bomb during that time period, and then it would obviously have detonated. So I was actually standing in the spot where it actually exploded when it went off, so I in turn went down, but I was easily able to self-revive myself and be able to be done with this mission. But once the bomb actually explodes, you guys will then have completed this mission, wrapping up Tier 5 of the White Lotus faction till the next wipe. That's going to wrap things up for today's quick mission guide. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.